Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Mega, and Greater German Reich. So, before we start, Merry Christmas everyone. This episode is to come up on the 24th, so I hope that you have a wonderful day, or you had a wonderful day, or you will get everything that you want, or you got everything that you want. And again, if you're watching this after Christmas, then I hope that it was wonderful, you spent it with your family, and enjoyed it to the fullest. Now, before we go into unpausing the game, Zozo had an interesting point mentioning in the comments that he would stop training so many units, because our border is going to shrink soon after the collapse of the northern operation for the Soviets, that is, and ultimate victory for our units, which is already being seen in many places because we cut the Soviet forces into three distinct quadrants. And with a bit of luck, we may not only encircle this and this pocket, but we might also do so here. So Zozo thought that after that's done, we are going to lose all of this fighting area, and our border will basically be this. However, the fact is that if we march forward, we will either end up extending the line significantly like this, or even if we manage to quickly take Crimea and everything, we are going to end up with a much larger border. And that's, even if you ignore the area here, and there's, no stopping here. Either if Iran wasn't our enemy, we would still have this little fighting and passageway here that we would need to garrison. So either way, our border is only going to extend. And this was really the problem for the Reich in reality as well, where the army groups were split into three distinct operations: Army Group North, Central, and South. And each of them had overextended massively. So the fact that we are actually continuously recruiting is not a bad thing. It is actually a great thing, and we should work more on it. However, his mention of this was mostly due to the fact that our manpower has dropped significantly. We are now at 270,000 men in reserve, which is not great. This has been steadily growing, but we keep draining the pool to field more units. The thing that I would like to say to that is that we will continue with training the motorized, because these are very important for us, but we are no longer going to train the 1946 divisions. And the Marines are also a one-time thing. So very soon we are going to get to a point where we are going to limit the recruitment very much, maybe to the mechanized divisions. We'll see how our fuel is going to treat us. But second point to that is the fact that I checked and we still have no recruitment as far as foreign recruitment goes. Now you will notice that our eligible non-core population available is very low. Or the percentage of the eligible non-core population available is very low, because there's 188 million or 188.5 million available to us, and we are drafting only roughly 0.62% of that. So that's not even a percentage. And there is a choice here to go with foreign recruitment encourage, which would increase the non-core manpower by 1%. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this means that we are going to jump from 0.62 to 1.62, which would be a huge difference. That would be 1.8 million people extra. But if that is the case, I think we ought to try it. So I'll be thinking about this in the back of my head. Right now, we need every factory that we can get to build up the railways that we will need. But once we're done with this project, I'm going to switch it and use it. And also, once we get back into the construction of factories, we are going to start issuing bonds. This is something that I keep, postponing, because I want to take these benefits at the highest possible moment, because it increases the factory output, dockyard output by 2%, but also increases military factory and dockyard construction speed by 2%. So you want to take it at the best possible moment. And I mean, we're already in 1947 and I haven't still had that moment. So well, you be the judge if I'm not waiting too long. But yeah, still, those are the things that we are going to do. Now, I was also was mentioning the desperate situation in Syria with the supplies. Yeah, I know about that. We greatly improved it by capturing the supply hub in Aleppo. I was hoping that we could capture the supply hub in Mosul as well. But yeah, I know it's not gonna help us exactly because there's no connection to any supply network, but it would, destabilize the Americans in this area. So we'll see how it's gonna go. Once our units take Deir Az-Zur, I'm gonna move them down here, and I'm gonna hope to attack them. Actually, I was hoping to encircle them, but turns out they were already pushed back by the Italians here. So we might just continue an attack in here. Once this, what's a Marines Heavy Division? Yeah, Marines Heavy Division is gonna retreat. We might attack it and see how it's gonna go. But yeah, I know about the poor supply. I'm trying my best to work around it, but there's only so much you can do. Once we get more Marines in here, we will be able to better equip them. Anyway, enough talk. Let's start playing. Okay, so what we need to do here is these tanks still need to get down here, which they should in 3 days, at which point we can continue pushing here. A joint attack by the 8th, 21st, 24th Panzer Division and the Fallschirm Panzer Division Hermann Göring, and the 98th and 57th Infantry Divisions is going to repel this Soviet unit, and we're going to try to continue pushing south to eventually create a pocket here, but we will need more forces in here. We get the mechanized and some more units available at this point, but until the weather gets better, there's not much hope of actually any major encirclement. What we can hope for, though, is starting to push more on the encircled units here. Same here, there are certain ways how we can attack and push towards Murmansk, but we're really not in a hurry. They cannot get out, and because we completely control the sea, we actually minded the Great Way as well, and they cannot get reinforced in any way. So at this point they are just locked in place, and we're continuously stockpiling fuel. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna admit it's very late in the night right now, so I apologize for any mispronunciation. So the fuel we're gathering, we're now at 1.29 million. I was actually reading recently on the Battle of Stalingrad because I was, I wanted to speak a bit about it, but what I did not know and what kind of shocked me was that Stalingrad was one of the logistical centers for the Lend-Lease help. And the Allies were actually transporting quite a lot of supplies through Iran and via railway through the Caucasus in Stalingrad, or into Stalingrad, from where it was distributed. So that was kind of interesting. I didn't know that. So, nice. Okay, so our divisions have managed to go further, and I'm thinking we might actually try to lock these divisions in the north and start eliminating them. Well, the Yugoslavian troops are already working on that, so that's good. Let's see how well they're gonna handle that. Okay, so we got Steel Industry 4. Steel Industry 4 gives us a bit more aluminum. The reason why I haven't, someone asked me about that in the comments, the reason why I haven't really went for that one is that the only output it increases, it doesn't really help with the tank production, but it gives you aluminum per steel mill. But I feel like we have, I don't know, maybe 4 of the steel mills, so it's not something that I would consider major development. So now we're gonna start working on the power grid. Yeah, well, I mean, it's helping a bit. The aluminum production is increasing. So no real fighting happening in here at this point. So I'm thinking you might advance into this Arctic terrain, from which we can then attack this airfield and encircle the two tank divisions here. If we could destroy them, we might have an open way towards Murmansk. Because destroying these guys is gonna be the hardest thing. Okay, now we have the tank divisions here. They are no longer recovering any power. But I think a joint attack here should still be possible. Yeah, we're doing good, so that's fine. I'll let them attack there. And what's happening in here? Okay, Deir Az-Zur is ours. And Italians are retreating from this area for some reason, and I don't know why. It's a bit weird. We're holding this entire area though. I think I'm gonna try another attack on Mosul. I don't think we'll be successful here. Yeah, our units are not even getting reinforced. That's bad. Yeah, this attack has absolutely no chance of success. So let's send you back to Aleppo actually, where you are going to refit and repair and resupply. Okay, so this is going extremely well. So we can have this happen, and I'm actually gonna use just the infantry divisions to march there because I would like to keep the tanks in here. We got the improved policing. Great. That should help the suppression our units have as an effect on the local populace. All leg infantry gets extra 0.1 suppression. All mobile battalions get extra 0.1 suppression. By ensuring that training for policing techniques is widespread, we can increase the effectiveness of our forces in this role. Yep. So what can you do now? You could get the advanced centimetric radar, or we could actually start working on the experimental rockets. Rocket production. We will need to start working on this. Early missile prototypes, they get an extra range. Air-to-air missile and surface-to-air missile. Guided missiles free, and here we have aerospace fabrication, which is actually way ahead of time. Which is kind of interesting to see at this point. Okay, let's get the extra encryption. I think that is quick enough for us. And I must not forget about my poor agents. You're going to be done on 30th of April. Can I orchestrate coup, prepare collaboration, government, infiltrate? Can I not? Yeah, I'll have to wait for this one to be finished before we can get on with another one. Okay, so they keep attacking here, that's fine. Okay, they're ignoring... No, actually they are now advancing onto our positions, but that's fine. I mean, our marines need to recuperate. What's the weather like in the areas where we want to advance? Clear and 0 degrees, so that is not a great... That is a recipe for mud disaster. Yeah, they got tons of units here. I need more heavy units in the north, but I just don't have any. And they're trying to to attack us, but they're failing miserably. Okay, if we attacked you, how badly would we screw up? Yeah, they really aren't reinforcing their units at all, so they probably forbade this area for transports, and now they are completely stuck. Interesting. Well, there's no chance for you guys to do anything, so I just wanted to see the effect, but it's kind of telling that this is how it's going. So stop that attack and rest. You're near port, so you can get all the supplies you want. Once we break this infantry unit, we will be able to attack further. Okay, how are you guys? There's just piling units here trying to get through. That's insane. How's construction going? Pretty well, I guess. There are some areas... Wait, are you getting bombed, or is that just resistance? No, it's just resistance. A bunch of damaged factories and other stuff that we need to repair. So let's make those a priority. Those are going to be cleared out pretty quickly. Okay, jet aircraft frames finished. I am completely okay with that. So now you guys can go with the jet aircraft. Just gonna give them extra 2% agility. No description for any of this. But I think at this point we should be eligible to start researching the jet aircraft. Sure, issue an ultimatum. Now, as far as air goes, we are dominating everywhere. With the exception of this area. Though I don't know why that seems to be the case, because we are clearly winning over there. It's kind of weird. Okay, so how are you guys doing? You arrive in the right time, and you are probably short on the specialized equipment, right? No, you got what you need. What are you short on? Oh wow, actually, manpower. Okay. Okay, you support this attack. Another naval combat where our fleet has sunk 2 destroyers. We probably did a whole lot of damage too. Yeah, we did. And we had 84 carrier fighters that protected us against any enemy. Though, truly, there was none. So, what are you to do? The rest have been properly resupplied. So I'm kind of worried about where that's gonna head. Okay, so we finished the Focke-Wulf TA-154 Mosquito. I never heard about that point, so let's read a bit on it. And then we still can't do anything here. Oh, we need the jet engine. Okay. So the Focke-Wulf TA-154 Mosquito, originally planned as a fast attack bomber designated the TA-211, the plane would be constructed primarily out of plywood bonded by a special phenolic resin adhesive. Similar to the British DH-98 Mosquito, the only metal was used in a pressurized cockpit. The plane was powered by the UMO 213 engines and armed with 2 20mm machine gun cannons and 2 30mm Mk108 cannons. Later variants were planned to have 2 fuselage-mounted 30mm Mk108 cannons in the Schrage-Musik method. The plane suffered reliability issues because the plywood and adhesives caused chemical corrosion and the plywood suffered delamination. Reliability is 73%, which is really not that worse than the other one. And what about the improved version? Uses more supply, has higher defense, higher agility, way higher attack, way higher superiority, naval attack, naval targeting. You can't really do much, can you? So max... Wow, max speed is insane. Well, okay, let's research you because we can't do anything else either way. You keep holding and massacring the enemies here, which is just so good. Okay, more enemy divisions arrived. Terrain minus 44%. Yeah, I see that standing barrage. Oh, you have just the medium artillery available to you, so what's up with that? Oh wow, they actually pushed you out of there, and we have these guys arriving here that they're not doing anything. So let's decide what we're gonna do with the new recruits. I think it would make sense to actually keep them here. Unless we have something super special planned, which I'm not... I mean, the elimination of the northern forces would free up quite a lot of units for us. So let's send you into this area, and we're going to start the advance, eliminating this pocket, then eliminating this pocket, and then focusing on these guys while we work our way through this area. 24th of March. Okay, we managed to take this area. Yeah, you can go there. So come on, get reinforced and get resupplied and back to the front line with you. Okay, you need to advance there. This is good. So how are we doing on the production? That's one thing. Okay, heavy anti-air guns, 18 days. So they need to get a bolstered production. Damn, I really feel like Hitler here. Just more factories. We don't have any, sir. More factories, I said. Okay, at least 2 more needs to be done because the heavy anti-air is important for us. Okay, well, this is all super fine. We are at 40.5 pieces of mechanized equipment per day. That is just wonderful. Because mechanized is really important for us. And a huge amount of machine guns and anti-tanks are in reserve as well, as far as mechanized equipment goes. The mechanized mortar could use 2 more, I think, for now. Once we get up to speed, we will be able to get a lot of those free. Okay, and we can form tons and tons of extra units for the SS. That's great, but we don't have what we need to equip them. Okay, wait, let's look at the equipment here. Because I think we can distribute them. Yeah, 2,290 needed. We have 440, but I think we can distribute them now, because that's going to give us an idea of how long it's going to take before we get them. Okay, the heavy artillery equipment is severely lacking. Artillery spotter points are also severely lacking. We got tons of garrison and probably also cavalry equipment, don't we? Where is the cavalry equipment? Cavalry... No, we don't have that much cavalry, but we do have a ton of garrison. So I might... No, we have just 2 factories working on that. Damn, okay, nowhere to take there. I feel like we're moving to transport trucks and the prime movers might be a good idea. Okay, let's do it. And we're upgrading the armored cars. Yeah, we have tons of recovery vehicles, so let's lower this production to So that means we already got 2 extra factories on the mechanized mortar, and we should have 2 extra factories on the heavy anti-air. So that's going to be a production of about 2.5 pieces per day. 151 white tanks missing. And we're back to just the Tiger production. But we, built 2 prototypes of the Panther. If that's any consolation. We did that. We did that together while playing this game. Okay, and we need the Tiger 2. Wait, did we need something like Tiger 2 turret? We did, which requires the cannon. Okay, gotcha. That's not something that I could not understand. That is actually kind of simple. Anything in here that we might want to go with? Advanced gasoline and improve. Let's go with improved diesel engines, because those might help with some of our production queues. Clear. You guys are still drilling, but you're almost there. Nice. That means you guys are gonna be beastly. This is just... Do you have just the Tigers or something else? No, you got some of the white ones and some of the basic ones and some of the 2s. What about the newer divisions? They're almost completely upgraded. As far as tank equipment goes, damn, this still is the original Tigers too. Kinda interesting. Oh, we stole some T-80. Got some Leopards. Got an aged Panzerkampfwagen J here. This is why I like Black Eye so much, because each of the division has their own life. They do what they have to do, and they make sure that they get what they can, and like in real world they fight with what is possible for them and what you provide for them. You know what? No, we are going to advance here to Ar-Rudba and encircle and destroy these divisions, because they have been bothering us for quite some time now. You are still defending. Dang it. They actually managed to stop us here. Okay, camouflaged field uniforms were finished. So what are we gonna switch there instead? Oh, it's one of the very broad research centers. Advanced antimatter radar. Industrial development, nope. We could do an air doctrine here, because we need to start looking at stuff like the strategic redeployment. So let's do that one. The speed is gonna be everything. And I'm so mad that this didn't happen. God damn it. So what time will we arrive in here? 2 days and 23 hours. I was hoping that by this time we would already have that area taken. Oh great, and they actually didn't do anything here either. God damn it. Well, that's the weather and the counterattacks for you. Okay, so the Finns are actually really not joking around here, but once we get this repelled, I'm gonna do a counterattack. Come on. These guys won't be able to stop us at all. And they are obviously suffering from not enough equipment and everything. So let us march and attack. Yep. You guys have very low values. Holy hell, terrain, weather, night. But it doesn't matter, they are so badly under-equipped that at this point it just doesn't matter. Okay, will you get in there? Come on. Come on, come on. We need to focus on certain strategic key goals and make sure that we achieve those, and after that actually do something more. Okay, south is secure. Welcome to April, everyone. We are sitting at what? 1.5 million, over 1.5 million units of fuel for the spring or summer offensive. Yeah, look at that. These divisions are just... they're just done. Okay, in 6 hours we are launching the attack. And they can keep running deeper into our territory. It's not gonna save them at this point. Oh dear lord. Okay, you guys can launch an attack here. And push that division out of there. We're holding. We are moving. And get the reserve infantry divisions in here. Okay, let's send them in there. And I think that the tanks might fairly easily attack in this area and make a breakthrough. So we can continue. Okay, you guys are just sitting in reserve here, which is just wonderful. What if we switch to you to the 1946? We don't have the spotter points, we don't have heavy artillery, and we don't have heavy anti-air guns. Okay, so just go here then. We'll just use it as a reserve as our envelopment is gonna expand. Clear and 3 degrees, so the temperatures are slowly rising. We might see the start of our operation soon. Now, as far as equipment goes, you are gonna take nearly 3/4 of a year to be done. Light tanks should be done in 28 days. We're not producing you, we're not producing you. Okay, and we got the austerity train available. So let us instead start looking at this. What do? Recovery rate for the pack artillery, extra soft attack organization, and extra max speed. And same for the recovery. Yeah, mountain gun upgrades sounds amazing. And let us put in the austerity train. Yeah, we're producing 1 per week. Yeah, well, right off the bat it's producing more of them, so that's good. And our supply lines are really stretched. We will need to put more into trains as soon as possible. That's insane. Great, well, I mean, we don't have enough of anything. Kinda like the real world Germany in the stages of the war. Okay, at least stuff is kinda happening everywhere. But I mean, we made it through the second winter of the war, and they haven't really managed to do us even a little. They didn't manage to do us even a little harm. We actually pushed them significantly. So yeah, we are sitting at 543,000 in casualties, 327,800 men from the Soviet Union, and they are sitting at 5.21 million. So let's end the episode here. I'm gonna do one more, and in that one, hopefully we might see the actual start of the offensive, because I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. And with the 1.6 million units of fuel, the attack can happen, and they don't seem to be that heavily poised here. So once we sweep towards Smolensk, minor encirclements like in this area and other areas can happen, which can lead to big breakthroughs. So we'll see. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.